We have to take specialized training. We have to be approved by the Board of Supervisors to be a fire police officer. Once we get the training and are approved by them, we get sworn in by the judge and we get issued a badge. We actually wear a badge. And we have limited law enforcement authority, primarily in the area of traffic control. So people are on the street. If I give you a command and I'm out on the highway somewhere and I'm telling you to stop or slow down, you are required to obey my command just as if I were a full-fledged police officer. If you don't, guess what? We're going to have the police chase you down, issue a citation. So traffic control, scene security like at fires to make sure that people aren't interfering with the first responders, and also crowd control are primary responsibilities of the fire police. But the fire company can use all kinds of help. Our treasurer right now is the president of one of the branch banks here in the valley, and he's so busy. He lives in Vestal. We'd love to have somebody who's got a financial background who would volunteer their time maybe to be a treasurer. We'd always need help with bingo, doing fundraising, just helping with handing out money, calling back numbers, or working in the kitchen. So if anybody's just interested in supporting your fire company, you don't have to fight fires or stand out on the highway like I do. We're looking for all kinds of help. So appreciate all the support the community gives. Our fund drive's underway. Hopefully everybody's got their fund drive letter and is making a contribution to the fire company, because that's a big help to us too. So.
Thank you, George.
Thank you. As a matter of fact, our monthly meeting's at 7 o'clock, so I'm getting ready to head down there for our monthly meeting. So.
Well, it sounds like you're busy then.
Yeah, we're doing okay.
Thanks, George. Okay, Athens Township Parks Commission, the Tozer's Landing new pavilion update. Do we have an update? I don't see
Said
it.
we just said that within 2 weeks that everything should be delivered, and they do have he has their comes on standby for when it is. They're ready as soon as it's
Great. The Athens Public Works Department, first of all, the progress report on our to-do list. Looks as though one of the things that they were able to complete were the no parking signs on Winding River Drive at the turnaround and throughout the road, Murray Creek Road, the pole box.
Hot patch.
Yeah, with the hot patch. Looks like Far, Bluebird, Orchid, Jacqueline, and Bradley had material and work done. The anti-skid and sand is in the process of being purchased by the end of October. Looks like the loader needed fenders painted, and it is in process under warranty. The Watson diesel for the truck body for the new truck is in process. The top of Murray Creek Road needed work and material, and the spinner on truck 4 needed work. It looks as though that was completed. So our to-do list before winter is in progress. That's good to see.
I did know too that Coal Hollow, Campbell, and Browner.
They're in process.
Yep, right now, there's just there was a question about Coal Hollow and Campbell being bonded, and I talked to John today and we put that information up, so they're gonna be out there
Awesome. All right, so
before they move the equipment off that side.
Right, so 3 other roads are in process as of now. Great. Next, we have the Murray Creek Road Bridge Rehabilitation Project and the pavement correction. Is that this one from?
Yeah, I did get an email from Tim Sullivan asking, I forgot the meeting was tonight, but it was yesterday. He asked if there was any feedback and if he could go ahead and push forward with the final inspection on that after the repairs to the approaches.
Did
It is much better.
was the correction done on the 4th?
Yeah, it was done on, actually it was done on Friday,
Oh, good, okay.
not on Saturday.
And I drove it with the 3/4 ton 4-wheel drive Dodge.
Good
And
job.
it's much better.
Good. That. Lit.
Yeah,
Good.
it's gone.
Awesome. So good feedback. Bishop Brothers invoice and letter. We had to revisit this. I don't have.
I didn't print out all of the stuff again.
Did
but I have
was it
the
adapted?
next, yes. About,
Adding that additional 2A, is that right?
with the question of the equipment that was damaged during
Oh, right.
the funding. There.
And was this the one that had the additional material that we didn't
Correct.
approve of?
Right. I don't know what happened on that aspect of it.
They used additional material that
It
was
was
not in the bid, is that correct?
the additional sub base So the estimate was 287 tons and they used 480.
Yeah, we felt like that was a substantial difference in those numbers.
287 times to using 480.
And then the truck that was damaged, they were looking for,
Payment to the subcontractor.
right,
Hey, can I say something about the equipment that was damaged and they didn't have to pay for it? It's somebody else's stuff?
sure,
No.
that's what we said. We
I
were,
thought it took a lot of nerve to even ask.
yeah, we thought so too.
Well, I guess it's just for y'all. They subcontracted it out? Can you,
Correct.
will you guys help me out?
Well, we
Yeah.
contracted it out.
We
and then they
contracted Bishop's was the
subcontracted it
GC, Bishop subcontracted to someone else to do the mill work.
Right,
That's whose equipment was damaged, was the sub's equipment,
right.
because they
Anyway,
hit rocks in the ground.
and then they sent us a letter and asked us to pay for the damage that happened to their equipment.
Right.
$5,000.
So I thought John was gonna look at that to see if that was something that we had to do or if it was just them. And he was also, I thought he was supposed to look at that tonnage difference too. So we've not heard back from John about that. Have you
I
heard
did
from
not
him?
hear anything about the
Okay.
extra material. No.
What was the numbers again on what they
It
bid?
was 287 ton was contracted. That was what was in the bid.
Okay.
They used 480.
480. Yeah, and typically when they go beyond or they need additional material beyond 25%, you would go back and ask the contractor to come up with-
Modify?
Yeah, modify or get a new price on the material. So that was never, it was just, my understanding was they just did it with additional material and didn't attach it.
They blew it by 200 tons.
Right.
I mean, that's not even close.
It's like 40%.
More than
Or
that.
maybe
That
more
is
like
more than
80%.
that.
It's more like 80% of the bid
Yeah,
that they added extra.
I feel like we need direction from John on this one.
I think on the tonnage one, I think on the damage to the drum, that's the cost of doing business, that's the price in every bid is the maintenance to your equipment.
Right.
So, I mean, I think that one we can take care of. But, yeah, the other one, I'm not so keen on writing a check for twice the material.
What's
How do I
what's
know
the
it went in
cost
here?
that they're asking?
So the bid price was,
No, I think they're asking for, do you mean the cost for the price of the fix of
Additional?
the truck?
No.
no, the additional
The
material.
material.
So it was $35.17 a ton, which is what, yeah, that's what the bid came into. So for the extra 200 ton, yeah.
Yep, 35 times 200. So it's an additional $7,000.
Good grief.
Plus the fix to the vehicle, which
Which is
was
almost
five,
five.
yeah, was five.
Material they brought in, was that state certified? Do we
You
know?
would have had to have been.
It was in the
Yeah.
bid, yeah.
I've never heard of this company, that's why I asked.
In the bid, it was certified, but did you get a certification from the pit where they drew it from? That it was certified
I think that
when
was,
they put it in the truck?
That would be on Bishop's to keep. Because they're the they were the company that subcontracted that other company.
It was our requirement to make sure it's certified.
Really.
You don't take anybody's word.
Do we wanna make movement on
I can
the
look that up.
truck part and not on the other part, or do we wanna keep this together as a whole?
Well, I think they're two separate issues.
So we can make a motion for the repair of the vehicle at this point and then talk to John.
For sure, yeah, because I don't think that's the cost of doing business. The other part, we'll have to, hash out.
Right.
Like you said, what does the contract say for overages you know, like Lauren said, if it's 25%, well, you know, maybe we eat 25%. Y'all eat the rest because you didn't call us.
Right. So if we're gonna make any movement, I just need a motion.
I make a motion not to pay for the repair to the subcontractor's equipment broken during the course of normal business operation.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. Thank you. And then I'll make a motion to table the discussion of the tonnage difference in cost to our end of month meeting pending discussion with our lawyer.
Second.
All in favor? Any opposed? Motion passes. Next, we have the dump box upfit for the Western Star. Is that just Bradco stuff?
There's one from Bradco, there is one from,
Watson Diesel?
well, there's two from Watson Diesel, and there's one from Howells. There's the two from Watson Diesel. I tried to differentiate with a little bit of highlighter, but one of them is looking at a lead time of 290 days. So, a little bit of time rather than fairly.
Yep.
Is that this one?
The one, I think it's in pieces, it's like red, pink, dated.
Right, and so what's the difference between the red and the green? This
The
is
red-
12 feet, this is 11?
Yep, they said with the 11-foot plow, it would be fairly timely to get it done, but with the 12, they would be pushed out 290 days for that Watson Diesel one. And then also to note on the Powell one, they took into consideration the spreader they take off our hands as a credit for the one that we could not do. As a credit for the spreader that we had that won't work for anything we
Oh,
currently
wow.
have.
Okay.
So,
Hold on.
That's nice.
so much.
Is that $40,000 piece of equipment we're talking about?
I imagine that's the one.
They wanna give you how much for it?
5800.
$5,800 credit from this company, the other ones don't give any.
Yeah, and they said that that's not, you don't have to if you're not interested, but they thought they would throw that in as an incentive as well.
Mike and Matt, what's the benefit in having either 12 or 11?
Yeah,
I understand that.
45
You gotta
45
remember,
degrees,
I
6
don't
inches.
plow roads, so I have no idea.
You're talking, in the grand scheme of things, not a lot.
Okay,
Because there's not a big difference at a 45-degree angle between 11 and 12 feet.
okay.
If you can make the road in 2 passes at 11 feet, you're gonna make it 2 passes at 12 feet.
Okay.
It's just, it's probably just more weight, more money.
It doesn't make that big of a difference in the operation?
I don't think so.
Okay.
There's a big difference, I think, between 10 and 11. I think there's a bigger difference between 10 and 11 foot versus 11 and 12.
Yeah, because they have,
Okay.
later there's a couple of quotes for repairs and stuff, and I know that there's, what do we have now? There's 2 12s and an 11 currently. Good me go. Stuff about
Oh,
like,
get it.
and all this stuff. So both of them are current.
And what do we have in the budget for this?
So this is for the
As part of
replacement.
the truck.
Yep.
So it's the
So
insurance?
the insurance, and after we pay for the chassis, you have 62,000 from that check. And then, where's the fee? There is a little bit of money left in liquid fuels for major equipment purchases too. So you have 18,000 there.
Yeah, when Garrett got the estimate earlier, that they didn't, well, quite high
Pull
enough.
it from general.
That was,
Okay.
I think that was 10 less than what, or it was 10 more than what we were getting to do
Okay.
when it was that quote for 70,000.
Right.
Like a general, without knowing exactly what we were getting into. So basing it off of that, that was only 10 over.
And I know this is probably another a really dumb question, but is there a difference between these three as far as servicing? Would you guys know anything about that, or is that not something that?
I've never dealt with Powell's out of Scott Township. We've dealt with Bradco, and they're pretty good. I've never dealt directly with Watson's, but they have been around in Canton for several years. And I know of other municipalities that have bought their trucks. I haven't ever talked to any of their guys about them, but I know local Bradford County municipalities have Watson diesel trucks. So I know
I
they've
showed
been
the-
doing it.
The road crew, when they had presented, when I gave them the other quotes, the previous ones, and they said this is not ideal for what we need for our roads.
Right.
They actually are the ones that relay the information for what would work and what would be best and most effective and efficient, and
Have they seen these?
yes,
Do they have one that they are hoping to get?
they said that any of them would be more than fine. So,
Powell's was recommended by Sherwood, who we bought the truck and chassis from. It's mom and pop shop, small operation that they deal with direct, so they recommended it.
Okay, that's good.
The thing to get back to Rosemary's point about the spreader that was bought for the truck that burned was almost $42,000. Unfortunately, it did not burn with the truck. We put it on Municipid, which is a public site. Municipalities can put stuff on that anyone can bid on. We got one bid for $2,000.
that's what it was listed at, that was the starting.
Right, but no other bid. I mean, only
That guy
one person.
he didn't even reply when I told him that I
And
would do.
I've talked to Terry Sheets, who's the outside salesperson for this area for Bradco, who's been doing this for 40 years. And he says it doesn't matter. One, we're kind of screwed because of the size of it. It's 14 foot long. A lot of your local salt guys, 10 or 12 foot, they don't get 14 foot. They bought one here to stick it in the back of a triaxle. So that's one thing that holds back the resale of that. Two, according to Terry, they just don't sell well used. And I said, well, what do you mean? I said, why wouldn't somebody pay $10,000 for a 5-year-old box? And he says, they'll spend $50,000 on a new box. They won't buy it used. So he says, they don't even sell it. And so I was kind of taken aback when Terry told me that people just don't, there's not a high market for used salt spreaders. And I was like, oh, okay. So,
Because of the paddles and chains and everything that rot out from them, then you gotta replace them, or
so
they
there's,
just get rusted and rotted.
on one hand, we made the recommendation we'll wait and could relist it, see if once winter comes, somebody breaks something, less money's better than brand new and crunch time. The other thing is we could hold that thing for 2 years and not make any money on it. The other option is, sell it for 3 times essentially what the bid was, or the only bid. But it is nice that Powell's, the one I don't know anything about, is $12,000 cheaper than Bradco, which is $24,000 cheaper than Watson Diesel, and we can get rid of that box for a $5,800 credit. So even if they didn't credit us the $6,000, they're still the cheapest of the 3.
So should we make that?
By far, one of them cheaper. So again, I can't speak for the board, but
I also have one more quote from Binghamton Truck Body that they did not get. It was in queue earlier today, but I didn't receive it before.
I'm actually surprised that they didn't send one in the first time. Because they've been doing this a long time too.
Well, I think we have to have some decision made by the end of the month. So I think that I would move to table that so that we could get that last quote and then be able to make a motion to move forward with something by the end of October.
Yeah, because these all really, they would just, today.
And I'm trying to look at Bradco's to see what their lead time is and their paper and I can't seem to find
I
theirs.
didn't get that one until like 3 o'clock or after today. I haven't even looked at it.
I could call Terry tomorrow and ask him to find it.
Yeah, Powell says they have the truck by 12:20.
So,
Yeah, if we get the
Right
11,
before
it's 18 weeks.
alright,
Also, they're
well,
saying by December.
yeah,
Also, Watson can have it by December if we get the 11 foot. Almost a year if we go with the 12 foot.
right.
So that's out.
So I'm gonna make a motion to table this for the end of the month meeting and wait for the Binghamton truck body quote before we make any movement.
I think too, the other thing I'd like to know who else has dealt with Powell, if there's any other municipalities.
Yeah.
I'm sure we could call them and ask
Yeah,
them.
I mean, they're
Yeah, I mean, they've got their co-star numbers and everything here, so obviously they're doing business with somebody else.
Yeah, I mean, we could probably just call Pals and ask them,
Yeah.
hey, anybody else around in the area that you've sold trucks to? And,
Yeah.
you know, we'll find the number, just tell me the town.
The salesperson that was actually here, he did speak with Zach and a broker for a little while.
Good. Well, there's a motion on the table to table for the end of the month.
A second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Okay, the AS3 anti-skid sand quotes for the purchase order.
I've
What do we
tried to get, more than just one quote before the meeting, but, that's all I was able to get
Lobkey?
from Lockheed. I know that's where we purchased last year. But this year they wanted to, I know Garrett had been talking to Lockheed in general about, the option to do with sand instead of just the straight skid or ice. It would be easier, I would say. I mean, I'm just listening to what they're telling me, but, I did have them quote, I did send out emails to them and, where's my list? Anyone that was listed on CoStars that had AS3 and any kind of sand, I sent out an email asking for quotes for 1,000 tons of each, because that's what they told me from the road crew that that's what would be, because last year they did 2,000, they have about 800 ton left. So I don't have anything more than that to start with.
Yeah, the idea behind the sand was we had our anti-skid, we had a problem with moisture content, it was freezing up in the boxes and just causing issues, so we wanted to order sand this year to mix in with the anti-skid to help with it from freezing up in the boxes. Make it easier to spread.
Didn't we have a problem with a vendor last year?
Johnson's had put their material out for approval and it was approved before.
Yes.
Okay.
Before we had to actually cut off the order.
Yeah, I think that's why we ended up going a lot.
Yeah.
I feel like we needed to have this done sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Yeah, because somebody will have to mix, they gotta dig out the center of the pile anti-skid, you drop the sand and then batch mix it out in the yard.
Did we only have, those two last year?
We had three last year. Lockheed and Little Blue.
Yeah, I don't think the other one's supposed to have approved or something for some
The
reason.
other ones were, but Johnson was the one that was the lowest. It was on, but they did not get it in time. They're not approved this time. They're on the list either. And I know I sent it out to, I did hear back from Hall Bakers, and they said that they didn't have both approved right now. But if it wanted to be piecemealed out like one or the other, they could give us independent quotes on those.
Well, we wait for Johnson's to get their stuff together, or what?
I sent it to, I know I sent to Dalrymple, Wysox, Sand and Gravel, Soft Key, and I think Hawbaker were the ones, they were the only ones that had both commodities that were on the list for approved continued.
Okay, so what do you guys wanna do, wait?
Yeah, I'd say wait till another month meeting, see if Johnson's gets their stuff in. I'm willing to bet they're probably gonna be cheaper than, Rocky.
Well, not to be a gloomy Gus, let's hope, do we have stuff in case we do get snow?
Oh yeah, we've got Anthony's getting
We're
all
okay.
out there, yep.
Yeah, just so that there's a.
That was gonna be my question, is if we wait,
Not to be, I said
how
there's probably
are we talking about
About
possibly?
800 tons out there of skid
Not to
left
be a
over.
Ronnie Rotten.
Yeah, but his road's the one
Halloween
that
that one
needs
year,
it.
we had a snowstorm.
I remember.
So,
I mean,
on
okay.
this same sort of subject, where are we with salt?
We're good with salt. And it's state contracted, so we just have to call them and tell them we need it.
Yeah. 'cause
And
they
we've
submitted
taken
for
care of that, I mean, we're in
We're on
paperwork and all those,
Yeah, Garrett did the salt contract back
okay,
in March.
okay.
Alright, so I'll, make a motion to table that also until the end of the month meeting.
Second.
All in favor?
Uh,
Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes. Next we have the plow blades and parts. Quotes for the purchase order, is that the Bradco?
There's a
Quote?
Bradco quote, and I don't even know what the other one is, there's two there. Yeah, that one.
Shamong Supply
Yep.
Corporation?
Yeah, I was told that you know all about this, so I didn't ask any questions.
Yeah, as far as the blades go, I don't wanna make, any decision on this tonight either, until I'll call Bradco for poly blades to see what they have in stock, or what they can get a hold of in house soon. And have them report that.
Sounds good. So I'll make a motion to table that to the end of the month meeting as well.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
No, but make sure you call Shimon too, give them a chance.
Yeah, there's two quotes there.
Okay.
Yeah. Alright, next, road inspection did not happen Saturday. Bonnie couldn't make it, I had a family emergency, Ron and, I think Ron and Mike were gonna be going, but then, we just have to reschedule, so when should we reschedule it for? Not Saturday.
Sunday?
Probably not Sunday for me either. 7 kids taking Saturday. Monday, it's Columbus Day. I don't have school Monday.
It'd have to be after 3.
You're not off on Columbus Day?
Yeah, you.
I'm okay with that.
Nope, fine.
I mean, wait, let's look at the weather real quick. I couldn't do Friday because we don't have school, but I have teacher in service, so I can't do that. Saturdays, shot, Sundays, college stuff.
Well, while you're mulling over the schedule, do you have a plan for the route that you're gonna take? The roads that you're gonna do? You got a plan, a map, some sort of?
So what we've done in the past, and I would say that we would probably try to at least start with these things that are on the to-do before winter list. Because if there are things that are to be done before winter, but there are other things that we see in the scope that, maybe there's something that happened that before this list was done, and because Garrett made this list. So,
Can you tell me what's on the list?
McCardle, Cole Hollow, Campbell, and Brown are in the process of being done. Alley Who.
Cardinal only has a little bit, and they said they're doing that after they're done with those other things.
Oh, good. Allyhu has a bunch that says on here that we would need to do. And Highland near Mile Lane, Weaver Road. So it looks as though we would start by, and Murray Creek, so it looks like we would, and Reagan. So it looks like we might go out the Kmart Bridge and go that way through the township. How do I describe Kmart Bridge? Like, so if we go over by the boat launch on the Schmung River, and Tozer's Bridge, and we go out that way. I do want to make sure that we see Jacqueline, because that was a disaster the last time I knew.
They just did some stuff out
That's good.
The other road that needs to be checked is Miller Road.
Yep.
That is a complete disaster.
The other one too is
Oh, not complete,
Not
because
complete.
when you get into the other township, it's fine.
Well, okay,
there.
So we're not talking about that.
our part of the
Our
road,
part.
our part of the road.
Yeah, it is, because I drove it Saturday. I went, because I was asked to go up that way, and I did. And it's not cool. And I'm with y'all when you looked at that bridge. I went over it. That'd be the last time.
Yeah.
Because I don't know how it's still standing. Honestly, with the I-beams that are missing, and those are 24-inch I-beams, and they're gone.
Right.
Was the inspection done? Last meeting, there was gonna be,
It was done.
My understanding is every 3 months it's done now.
Right.
Yeah. We're on a 3-month inspection list
They have to
now.
do the final inspection for their
They keep
repairs.
looking at it, but it's still not fixed.
I-
Look at it all you want to. It's scary, isn't it?
I can't believe, where did it go?
I mean, there's.
I mean, it's a 24-inch tall I-beam, and there are probably 4 of them that are, if not all gone.
Oh, shoot. I'm looking for it.
I don't even know how long that takes for
Years.
that to happen.
Monday,
Longer than I've been
it's
around.
going to be 58 and mostly sunny.
Do you remember when that bridge was built?
There were new I-beams put under it since it was built,
Oh, that's even more scary.
but,
Didn't we have PennDOT do work on that? Was that the bridge? I know they did the Thomas Avenue Bridge at one point. We had them in and they welded stuff.
Wasn't the gas company going to work on those bridges, or gave the township money to do something on those bridges, that and
no,
more?
they wouldn't do that road. That's a
I beg your
non-gas
pardon?
road.
Non-gas road. Did you happen to do Sarah Hill, Moore Road?
I did.
How'd you like those?
And the sign's backwards.
Yes, it is. This is my
Because,
thing.
because I missed it. Because I drove up
Yep.
off Miller, and I made the left onto Sarah Hill, and I come in Moore Road. Sign says Moore Road goes to the right.
Correct.
So I said, no. I was told to go down Sarah Hill, so I stayed straight, because that sign says Sarah Hill, Moore Road that way. And I go that way, and it's not, and I went past your house.
Yep.
And I came out on the repaired bridge, and I'm like, son of a bitch. I missed the turn. I was like, the signs are backwards. I'm like, oh, that's fantastic.
Rough ride.
So to answer your question, I tried,
Yep.
I did. So, yeah, we need to turn the sign.
I'd also like to be able to go to the southern, the southeastern portion, out, I don't know what the heck that road is called.
McAfee.
No, McAfee's down there, right? I'm talking about over, like,
Like Orange Hill way.
yeah, that's these roads.
That's the.
There.
Yeah,
but-
Little Hollow.
I wanna go out, that winter maintenance road from there up.
McKinney Hill.
Yeah, McKinney Hill. They did that today.
Did they just-
They did? It's not on here.
Well, this was done.
Right. Okay,
Yeah, they had a bunch of,
I'd like
they had
to
a
go
bunch
out.
of calls and they went to
good.
check out and they
know where the roads are.
I'd like to go out and do that.
added that.
There's a map right there.
Yeah, I know where the roads are.
It doesn't sound like it.
Rosemary, I grew up here. You forget.
No, I don't forget.
Yeah, I think you do.
I'll admit I don't, because I've only lived in
You
township
didn't grow
4
up here.
years.
I've lived
So
here
I have not been on all
5
the
years of my
roads.
life.
I'm working on it.
Keep it up.
I don't
So
know.
we
I wasn't
should-
gonna go back on
Are we
Mills.
taking
I wasn't
a
talking
I'm
to
good
you.
with the
I'm not
13th
crossing that
after
bridge.
3.
Why don't you
There's a
look at
barn
all
right
of
there,
the
I can
roads
turn
and
around.
figure
I
out which
grew
ones
up
are the
over in East Athens.
priorities? Why don't you look at all of the roads and see which ones are the priorities?
Right.
Because there's a lot more that are worse than the ones on that paper.
Believe me, Jacqueline's not on this paper. That's one I gotta go see. I feel like that's our most important road right now.
Where were you Saturday? I was standing out there.
I'll tell you where I was. I
Go
had a
ahead.
huge family emergency. Sorry about my luck. You weren't supposed to be there.
Oh,
You weren't
I wasn't supposed to be.
Oh, you're not you're not a supervisor.
One question that I've always had on Jacqueline
Just saying.
is we plow that, we maintain that clear to the top. Why don't we have a turnaround at the last house there, just above it? You know, that's quite a distance from the last house up there to the top of the Jacqueline. And I could see, doing summer maintenance onto it, but plowing it in the wintertime, that's terrible.
So you're talking about a turnaround at the top?
Well, we turn around at the top in the mud pit, but just above that last house that's on the left going up,
Yep.
if we have to turn around just above that or something, that's as far as we have to go, and then you can turn around, come back
I'm
down.
done for right now because I've got field work we have to get done this fall.
Okay.
So I'm gonna be busy.
So back to the road survey, can we not figure out a way to go and look at every one of them and take a chart and then red for bad roads, green for okey dokey, whatever?
That's what we've
Come
done
up
in the
and-
past.
But you just said that you haven't been on all of them and you don't intend to go on all of them because you picked out 10 or 12 or whatever. My thing is, if you have responsibility for 74 miles of roads, you should look at 74 miles of roads.
We do. I'm sorry. I thought you asked me where we were starting. And so I told you where we were going to start, but we're going to go on all 74 miles just like we did the last time we did.
But not on Saturday and not on Sunday.
Well, no, because I have things that I have to do. I don't have to be there. If they can go, I don't have to be there. We just have to have as many as we can. It's not something that we are required to have me there for.
We could split it too. Just have a couple supervisors take one portion, a couple take the other, and then compare
There's
notes at the
mine.
end.
They all need to be looked at. They all.
I mean, because realistically, 75 miles of road,
That's
putting along on some of them, it'd take a long time for everybody in one vehicle crammed in to go take everything down in a lot.
Or anybody.
You're talking a couple, 3 days by the time you get into discussion and
Right,
everything
yeah,
else.
so it'd probably be best just to split it up and have
I don't think there's any other way it's
some
gonna
take
get
this, some
done.
take that, yeah.
Well, the last time we did it, we all went and we drove the Tahoe. And we all went together in the Tahoe and drove around all 74 miles. It took us the better part of the whole day.
There's something else we may want to consider, but probably too late this year, and that would be to get an honest to God a professional
I thought about
road
getting,
inspection.
Steve involved.
And just hire somebody that knows, almost like a road consultant.
Yeah,
Right.
somebody.
And let them go through and prioritize what they think, what roads need what, and put them in some type of, so that we have a plan to just work on for the next 3, 4, 5 years.
Yeah, because we've always gotten our plan from,
Us,
and the road
It hasn't
superintendent.
worked out though.
us, in other
And,
words.
and the road
Us.
superintendent never, I mean,
That's good.
I mean, we did it, I mean, even when you were Ralph, we did the same thing.
yeah.
You know, but the roads are in bad enough shape that we probably really should have a professional.
The problem that I get into, that I see there, is you get somebody from the state, all they work on is hard top roads.
Yeah.
They give you some off the wall opinion on
No,
dirt
our,
roads.
not PennDOT, our, the municipal rep, the state municipal rep, Steve Kehoe. He's the one that deals with all the municipalities for all their stuff, so he does dirt road stuff too.
Yeah, he's done it for a while, but I still question some of his opinions.
What would that
On dirt
cost is the question.
I don't know, we could we'll have to put out requests for quotes. But that is something I think we need to look into for next year. We're not gonna get it done this year.
It's honestly, that would almost be part of like our audit.
That, what's it called? Industrial appraisal.
Yeah,
Want me to see what they do?
yeah, because
Like, how do they figure out the value for roads if they're not gonna go out and look at
drive
them?
them all, yeah.
Yeah, they have to be,
Oh, no.
Because
that's
it's-
the
They
standard.
won't. You know what they'll do, they'll look at what we have for asphalt, and they'll value it on a per
So
mile
you want me to
basis.
find out what that detail is for what that process is?
I would.
They could piggyback, it's just like they look at like numbers and That, is that something they could
But they're
piggyback
not
someone
gonna-
in to physically do?
I would ask that, because if we already have to
Like
do
a
that
consultant
anyway.
does.
Yeah.
But I don't think they're gonna tell us what needs to be done though.
Probably not,
But
but,
I
I
think
mean,
that's
to
what
see if
we're-
they could piggyback a consultant in with what they're already doing.
yeah, if they have a guy that can go do it while they're doing this.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe it's something we could ask the county commissioners if they could
Might be
assist
beneficial.
in some funding for such an endeavor.
Yeah,
Well, we've also got engineering firms in the valley too, that may have people on the staff.
Right, or they're, like you said, Bradford County might be able to, pony up some, 50% or something to do a professional survey as opposed to us footing the bill ourselves. To basically be told pretty much what everybody at the table pretty much already knows.
right.
It's gonna be bad,
So, that's,
but
all right,
they
that's
can
just
help.
food for thought or whatever, but I think we really need to get some professional help.
I agree with that.
If they're using dirt and gravel in the conservation area, White Sox, there's a lot of that work.
What's that, Ralph?
The tree,
The county soil conservation district in White Sox. When I work, they come out and do a lot of our, what we had to do on roads. I mean, they did McKinney Hill and
Right,
that.
is that Joe? Matt?
Yes, that would be Joe
Joe
Petrini.
Petrini,
Yeah, but Ralph, that's just for roads that dirt and gravel though.
Yeah, that's just, well,
Yeah,
that's a major problem they have too, is there.
right,
Right,
but I'm looking more at the whole 74.
Well, there again, I'd say, I think you need two different people.
Right.
well, I would start by asking and seeing if they can factor that in. And when I hear back from Bonnie, maybe we can figure out a time that at least part of us can go one direction and part of us can go another
that's what I
direction.
think we should do, just split that, that way it's only half of it, you should.
Right. All right, the notice for the permit being approved for Round Top Road culvert replacement,
I didn't hear anything back, yet because it's part of that bundle,
right?
and I don't know what timeframes or anything, so it's just basically saying that it's a step in the direction where they would be able to do the work.
Okay.
Is this your train car tunnel?
Yeah.
I'll get the folder for you later.
No,
Because
I know where it is.
Okay,
I
I
just,
was distracted earlier.
Yeah.
no, I thought that's what the one that this was talking about.
Yeah.
Ron is the train car.
Do tank.
All right, next we have the Teamsters Union contract with Public Works, updated to 2026.
We just had that appendix A for the last,
Right,
so John said that as long as that is okay with the rates and whatnot, then it just needs to be ratified.
so it was the wrong date.
I think she just, she put the
She
same
didn't
year, she
put
didn't
the-
change the years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The rates were correct.
same.
They were
the
correct
years
of what
were
it,
right.
they didn't, it was like 24 and 25. she
Right,
got
I
there,
remember
so.
that.
Have we haven't approved the contract yet, have we? So, this is just for information then?
The contract you guys had
We
last
just,
time,
we just didn't approve this part
that was the only part of it that wasn't
because of the
included.
dates at the top.
So the whole contract has been,
Correct, just this part needs to be done.
No, none of the contracts was approved.
yeah, none of
What did we
it,
do last time?
Tabled it until we had this piece.
But we were okay with that.
You were okay with the contract
The only
except
thing
for
we had
that
to do
appendix
was
A.
this change.
we didn't approve, we haven't approved
Right.
anything.
We
Right.
just have to do that. But this was the thing we were waiting
That was the
on.
piece that was
This was
missing.
the only piece that we weren't okay with because it said 24, 25.
Okay.
And you know how that can be a problem. But this was all correct. Isn't that right?
Yeah, all of the rates were correct, it just, she had the wrong dates,
Right.
so. The years, I guess, not dates.
Did they change anything in the contract that might be of interest, like 4 10-hour days in the summertime? And I know that's my sticking point, because I think that's just the most insane thing I've ever heard in my life.
I can't comment because I was not involved in the negotiations.
Well,
So basically, when it comes time to vote on it, I can't.
I was not in
So-
that as well.
So somebody looking at it, can you read it?
Why, I guess,
What's the
that's why I'm asking, at what point did we get the whole contract?
Last week, or last
You
meeting.
got it last meeting.
Oh.
It was sent out prior to that, but it was on the agenda at the last meeting.
Right.
But we didn't approve it because this meeting,
So honestly, I don't know. I do have the current contract, I do have the new contract.
All the new things were.
Because I couldn't vote on it, and I wasn't included in it, honestly, I haven't looked at both of them to see what the difference was.
So why can't we vote on it?
Because I was not, because I'm a member of the Teamsters 118, and it was thought that I could not be objective, so I was not involved in any process of the contract negotiation. Then when it comes time to vote on, to approve this contract, I can't vote on it either.
So does anyone else have union experience on the board, or is it just you?
As far as the Teamsters, it's just me.
Do you work for Athens Township?
I do not.
Then it seems to me you would be an ace in the hole for the group to understand what they're signing, doesn't it? Or is it just,
That was, they had
Set up the
they had some
solicitor.
negotiations and meetings and things.
okay, so is there anything different? Are we still doing 4 10-hour days in the summertime and having 3-day weekends all summer? I mean, that's nuts. We're in a hole, man. You guys are drowning. Digging a ditch deeper.
And he's an appointed supervisor who's not Athens Township employee. So I don't understand why that would be
No,
a conflict.
Oh, him and Roger.
no, that's not Roger, that's Brad.
No, that's Roger.
He's out there too?
Yeah, I can see him in the window.
Are we all ADD tonight?
No, I'm
I understand. Thank you, Mike.
effectively handcuffed.
No,
Your
I
questions,
don't understand
but-
why you're handcuffed. You're not working
That
for
was a
this.
John issue, that was the solicitor's call on that.
Okay, well, I think that you
This
probably
also works
might
for the
want to,
township.
oh, yeah, I think you might want to look at that again, because he's the only guy here that has experience in the union, knows about contractual agreements with the union, other than me. And I'm not in a union now, but, you know, there's an inside guy here that could help you negotiate a better deal that works for the township instead of against the township. You got 7 days out of the week, you got your guys working 4. That doesn't make any sense. We're, what, 5 or 6 years behind on roads?
I was in a union for several years.
So you understand what I'm saying.
I also understand how hard it is to take things away from the union body.
But we're not taking away, we're swapping things. The gentleman that was in here said, you know, drop some of the benefits, some of the days off or whatever, and jack up the rate. Give them more money.
And you don't just throw it in the too hard locker and walk away and go, okay, well, we're just not gonna entertain it, right? I mean, you gotta, it's a
Yeah,
negotiation.
it is negotiation.
It is a negotiation. Everything's negotiable. So,
Yeah, the one thing, I guess, win for us, and it just made sense, the language was weird before, was that like their summer hours was way longer. Don't understand why, even they thought it was ridiculous, but it was with the one kid that we have here now that was brand new when he was here, and CT, who we no longer have anymore. So we shortened that up a good bit as far as the summer hours go. And to their credit, I mean, I guess it's kind of a check and balance with the budget. We try not to unless there's like something emergency going on as far as like a weather anomaly in the summertime. Try not to do overtime unless we actually have to. Just because in the wintertime, we usually take it in shorts on overtime. So just try to plan for that, I guess, and compensate.
but, back again, we are so far behind on roads.
Mhm.
If we do need to spend money for, you know, a 5-day work week, which, my God, it seems so horrible, you could get so much more done. And the whole thing is that we're so far behind now. It's gonna take years, but 4-day work weeks are not gonna get it.
So the idea with that was during the summer hours, when they're able to go out and tear roads off and redo roads and do all that kind of stuff. An 8-hour workday, realistically, with your time here, the toolbox, go over whatever's gonna happen, load up equipment, get everything out, do the work, site work, take their breaks, and then have ample time to be able to come back, offload equipment, park trucks, whatever, by the end of the day. You're only talking maybe 5 hours of work.
Then you work Friday. You work Friday. I mean, you gotta gain something somewhere, so, I mean, there's gotta be.
I'm saying on an 8-hour workday when they're doing their Monday through Friday. So that's where the 10-hour day thing came into
Right.
place, because that gives them a couple extra hours to be able to accomplish more day to day.
Or we can do a little, something called work smarter, not harder, staging equipment, moving it somewhere and just using a little bit more planning.
Which they do, like
Yeah,
where they're at on McKinney Hill, or when they're working on Bluebird over here, places like that. They'll try to plan work around wherever they either get pink tickets that get called in, or work that they had planned prior to. Not always a perfect world. Sometimes we get multiple calls and complaints about a road that's on the other side of the township. And before we can get over to it, we get more complaints. So take this piece of equipment, go get it done, and then try to bring it back the other side. So that's why sometimes you see equipment jockey around. It just doesn't make sense. Doesn't make dollars either. But unfortunately, we're on the end of it, taking the screens and cussing and phone calls and messages about the roads. So just trying to appease it as much as possible.
you can always schedule stuff. I think it's a scheduling thing too.
So what would you guys like?
Yeah,
to do?
no kidding, a 3-day weekend all through the summer.
Is this something we're ready to vote on, or do you want to table it?
She's talking to you two.
Because he's not obligated.
I've been 3 years without a contract agreement, so I'm fine with tabling it if we want to discuss it some more.
Is that a motion now?
Yeah, I'll make the motion.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Oh, stay.
Do you have four?
I have a form.
My first.
Hold on. Good job. I got it. Right here.
All right,
And where?
the MOU with Zach. This is giving him wages of $25.60.
Oh, yeah, some of you for the
Yep.
position.
For the mechanic
No,
position.
right, if you can't, if you didn't approve the contract, this is the contract right here, so we don't know how that works.
So we'll table this. I'll vote, I make a motion to table. Do I have a second?
What is it?
All in favor?
What's an MOU?
A memorandum of understanding.
Uh-huh.
So this is because, he would be a,
Yes.
he would be a mechanic, which we don't,
There's not a position listed on the contract.
right. So this would be an understanding between the Teamsters and us that we have an additional,
Position?
position or guy who's working for us that's at a different pay rate because he does a different job, but it's not in the contract.
So he's a union guy?
Not needed?
He is a union guy? Oh, we can negotiate then.
Yeah,
Sorry.
so that's gonna have to go with that since we didn't approve the contract.
Didn't he
It's based off of
resign?
the
I thought he
contract rates.
resigned.
Right, it's based on the contract rate.
Didn't he resign a few weeks ago?
Yep.
And so you hired him back when?
He took his resignation back, says he would like to stay right now. His situation had changed. He did not want to do the formal position anymore. So the other alternative was to put him into the mechanic spot, which actually makes a lot of sense money-wise.
So,
We did some rough figures in the first 6 months. He saved us around $45,000 just in equipment repairs.
So I made the motion, is that
Except
correct?
for the triaxle.
Yeah, sorry,
And
second.
not seconded, okay, all in favor of tabling this? Aye. Any opposed?
What does that mean,
Yeah,
except for
yeah.
the triaxle?
Yeah, the triaxle cost you a little more than $45,000.
So you're saying that was his fault?
It was a maintenance issue, was it not?
It was electrical. It was all warranty stuff, and it's all annotated. We've had it up to BMAC multiple times and had them down here for electrical problems.
Was it out of inspection?
That I couldn't tell you. I couldn't read the inspection sticker afterwards.
that.
But I couldn't tell you.
Talk to the fire department.
All right, moving on to Athens Township Police. We have a resignation letter that we need to accept from Jason Bailey. His last day today.
Give it to you, isn't it?
Do I have a motion to accept?
I move.
Mike made the motion to accept his letter. Do I have a second?
Slow.
That's fair. I'll second.
Ron, all in favor? Ron, second.
Aye.
Reluctantly. Aye. Roger, do you have anything you'd like to chat with about? Okay. Next, we have to approve the board minutes from the supervisor meeting of 9/10.
Hey, I have a question before you go any further.
Sure.
All these resignations, are you guys doing like exit interviews to find out, get some feedback on what went wrong, why these guys don't want to stay, or police officers, why are they leaving? I mean, you got a pretty good turnover here, what?
I spoke about that, and I even gave Rosemary the reason why the last time we met.
For the police,
Regarding money.
Money?
Money.
that was the police, but not.
All right, what about the rest?
A lot of it's residents, honestly. As far as guys on the road crew. Garrett's been threatened personally while he's been out and about. The other guys don't. They're just sick and tired of being screamed and cussed at all the time for stuff that they didn't really have much to do with up
So
until now.
that is
And part of it is money.
interesting.
It's hard.
It is.
So they were back to the pay them more money and make them happier. They work
Not
harder.
primarily, it's not gonna change the residents.
No, but
It's really not the money for the crew, it's the money that you put into the roads, the quality of the roads. That's where the feedback to the guys come.
yeah, you had a whole room full of unhappy people tonight.
Yes, the problem was from years past, things just not being done the way they should have been done. It's now come to a head, now that everybody's mad. And here we are. If
I can correct you, it's not years, it's decades.
Yeah.
right, but that, now,
And it comes back to the money, the income of the money that you get in, you can only do so much of it. But
right,
people don't
and
understand that.
now as opposed to say 12 years ago, you can do less now than you could have done 12 years ago. That wasn't done 12 years ago. Because we had the residents in the last meeting, one resident lived on, it was either Rosh or Westbrook for 18 years. No one's ever been on my road in 18 years, and another neighbor who'd been there 30 years had not had roads maintained over there in 30 years. So that's just how long it's gone. And like I said, now here it is. There is no more, we can't do it.
Yes, because she needed to pick.
And it's whose road? Do I do your road?
So we have that.
Because your taxes went up last year. Do I do your road because your taxes went up last year? They don't even do my road. I live on a PennDOT road, and my taxes went up last year. Which is part of the reason why I wanted to be on the board, was to try to fix what hasn't been happening years before I even lived in the township. For 9 years I lived in Sarah, for 11 years. I never went on these roads. I never had to go on these roads. Well, now I live over here, and I come to meetings and I hear what's not going on. I'd rather try to make a solution. It's going to be slow. It's going to be painful. I got a lot of ass left because I'm going to lose a bunch of it from residents, and rightfully so, because who else they going to chew on? Can't chew on the old board. Old board's gone. So I don't mind
So we
getting
need
peeled.
a comprehensive plan, is that what you're saying? We've got to change what we're doing, we can't do what we were doing, we got to do something way better.
Yes, things have to be done differently than they've been not done.
So to go back to what Matt was saying though, it's not that the residents don't like those men on the road crew, it's that they don't like the roads are in the condition they're in.
Yeah,
And they're the face of the,
Yes.
Yep, I understand.
As a public
Township.
works guy, I get it in Athens Borough that I'm the one they see, I'm the one they assume is the reason why they see what they see. When, as the worker, I don't make the decisions as to when, where, and how. I just go do it. And so I get it. I don't know how many fingers I get in the winter. Usually the same one, but a lot. And I take it what it is, and it's like, when I go home, guess who gets to shovel the end of my driveway out?
Rather than come in here and vent it to the supervisors, they vent to the road crew.
Yes.
You know?
And I don't blame the residents I certainly don't blame any of you for being upset with the condition of your road or the roads that you drive on, for the money that hasn't been spent to fix the roads that you live and drive on. But yeah, we need to change how things work. And I'm working on it.
All right, I'll make a motion to accept the minutes from the 10th of September.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes. Next, we have the zoning hearing board vacancy.
Speaking of which,
Is
Moving.
moving.
no one told zoning hearing board that we put retirement.
She didn't?
I did not know that she was until I called her and told her that her term needs to be reappointed at the next meeting, and she said that she was not going to be able to continue because she was moving.
So we have a zoning board hearing at the end of the month. Fortunately, we have two. So we have to find a third one. Not by the end of the month, but we really need to actively find a third one.
Right, so put that out there for zoning hearing board. We're looking for a zoning hearing board member. Baker Tilly update? That's not done yet.
So we no swearing at any.
I have, there's a letter, I think I put it in the executive stuff that John would like guidance on what your thoughts are for sending, because it changed from, everything changed from that there was no adverse opinion without the capital assets aspect to now there is an adverse opinion but could be changed to qualified opinion if there's more information that we could get when we relayed that we can't get more information to them regarding that aspect because we don't have the industrial appraisal done. It kind of just went in a circle again.
Okay, so we'll wait on that. Township phone system, the revised quotes from that register are there.
North Tech one, he did update with the options for the Teledare one had for the lock and the video door phone thing. So it's more of a, I sent him the pieces that were not on his, that were on the other one, and asked if there was an option to include something like that.
Okay, so we're looking at about $2,000 difference.
And Teledare still said they would honor the reduced rates for the phone, the actual phone services, which would save, he said, about $80 a month based on our provider.
Okay. Does anyone make a motion at all?
I'll make a motion that we go with Teledare. We've been playing with this one for almost a year.
Yep.
Yeah, everybody keeps hearing that.
Yeah.
Do I have a second?
Also,
Because you did cut out on me when I
All
called
in
you.
favor?
It's awful, I can't, nobody can hear me on the phone.
Any opposed? Especially when you
Yeah.
motion passes. Reed's annual membership renewal for the floodplain managers is $180.
I'll make a motion we pay that.
I'll second.
I think Eddie's the only one who had it in the valley. anyway.
Yeah, he is. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes. Christmas luncheon for the township employees and volunteers. Something that, okay, so think about it.
It needs to be a, this is happening
Okay, so let's
scenario.
think about that. Oh, the Christmas parade, yeah, so the next one is the township vacancies. And we have some issues, well, we have to talk about that in executive, because we have interview information and all
Did you
that.
go over the Christmas parade?
Yeah, he's going through this, and no, because it's not,
The Christmas parade.
yes, it's not on the thing, is it? Public Works.
Christmas parade entry.
Yeah, cool.
Number 4.
Wait, how did I miss that?
They wanted to,
Which we've done in the past.
Dawson and Chris wanted to do it again with truck 8 and truck 13.
We good with that?
Motion.
Yeah, I'll make a motion.
Okay.
All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes. The personnel and staff, we have nothing at this point. PennDOT State Route 1069. That's just a notice that the traffic signaling equipment.
Basically for the, kind of like a warranty, if there's like the agreement with the contractor, if there's anything wrong with it, instead of calling our regular people, we have to call them for the first 6 months or so for repairs and whatnot. And I gave a copy of that to the police, and I gave a copy of it to Eddie too, so if I'm not here.
Something happens after hours.
Well, it's going on the fritz, it just did Saturday.
What one is?
It's the one up there, on Myers Street, Long Road.
Go on it. That one always goes
We
on.
had to go up and set it Saturday.
I reset it for him.
Did it?
Yeah.
You're the best.
Well, I reset the Elmira Street light at Pine Street. Same box. So,
Municipal, the sale is complete from the 2016 Tahoe.
Yep, I picked it up, all done.
Nice. Gannon's 2026 change notices and coverage summary to review, so we have that to review. The Northern Regional Planning and Development Commission is having their annual meeting on the 17th. That would be Friday the 17th at 10:30 a.m. at the Tawana Golf Club. Yeah, if you can go or would like to go, Megan needs to register you by Friday. And the statewide grant application deadline is the 30th.
Just didn't want anybody to forget and not feel dismissed.
Very good. So at this point, 7:30, we'll adjourn into executive session for personnel and litigation.
Amen.
What's that?
Oh, okay.
Do we have a grant writer?
I wrote the last one.
What's that?
I wrote the
No,
last
We
one.
don't have an official grant writer, Megan's